Hi everyone, welcome on board to the CATKing's NMAT Daily. This is Anisha here, back with the NMAT series for all of you guys. Let's get started by understanding NMAT paper pattern, the syllabus, and the registration timeline, and how do you go about taking your mock tests and what should your strategy be, because now we are out here in July and the NMAT exams could be anywhere around October to December. If you go by the trends for the past 3 years, the exam has always been from first week of October to the third week of December. Last year, due to the pandemic, it was all delayed, shifted back to start in November and going up till Jan, and then having an extra window period in February. But if we go by all the normal standards, it has always been October to December. So that means you need to gear yourself up, because you have probably just 3 months in hand, which is still August, September, October, to give in your first NMAT attempt if the dates remain the same. The registration timeline usually is somewhere around, last week of July. So let's wait that last week of July, the final notice with respect to your NMAT dates and everything is out, and then we can plan it out better. But why wait for that? Because we know we have to give in the NMAT exam, and we should be giving the NMAT exam. If anyone out here who is thinking twice, or has multiple thoughts in mind that should I or should I not take NMAT, I will give you just 3 good reasons why you should be taking the NMAT exam. One, it is the only exam which is adaptive, which is based on your own caliber. That means if you are able to solve difficult questions, you will get difficult. If not, you will get easy. So, it's all on your individual capability to get a good score. It's not dependent on what your neighbor is doing or scoring, right? Secondly, it gives you the opportunity to give the exam 3 times, and the best of the 3 scores will be taken up. And the best part is the score comes out right immediately after you're done with the first attempt, or every attempt for that matter. So you know where you can stand, what are your probable chances, and should you take the next attempt or not. Third, and an amazing reason which you should take NMAT is to get yourself into NMIMS Mumbai. I am from NMIMS myself, so I can proudly say it's one of the best colleges which you can get yourselves in, to get in the great peer learning. You'll have such amazing batchmates. You will have great exposure being located in Mumbai. You do not need to worry about, the post-pandemic situations and how it is going. You have amazing corporate exposure with corporate projects being mandatory, placements, guest sessions, all of those things. So I would say, do not think twice before taking this exam. Go ahead, start your preparation. Like I said, it's the only exam based on your own capability. So let's give yourself an opportunity to maximize your scores and get into the best colleges, is what I would like to say for all of you guys to keep in mind. Okay. Now, like I said, let's talk about all the aspects we need to know before we go ahead and give the exam. First thing is going to be to know about the NMAT paper pattern as such, right? So when I talk about the paper pattern, it's basically got 3 sections. You have language skills, which is nothing but your verbal ability, quantitative ability, and logical reasoning. These 3 sections, okay, best thing which is there is you choose your order. You want to give verbal first, give verbal. You want to give quants first, you can give quants. So it's your strategy which you should make by giving multiple mocks and coming down to, narrowing down what is your best foot forward and which strategy works to give you the maximum marks. Okay. Secondly, we talked about it being adaptive. So when I say it's adaptive, that means with every set of questions, the difficulty level will keep on increasing. If you're able to solve the difficult question, they will keep raising it higher. If not, it will ask you the same level of questions. Obviously, your scaling score will differ. If you're moderate, you will get lesser marks as compared to the difficult questions, but at least you will not go completely wrong. Okay, so that's something which you have to keep in mind. So when people always have this question ki negative marking hai ki nahi hai, technically nahi hai, but adaptive pattern makes it costing you marks. So you should consider ki ha negative marking hai. Okay, so that's what we should keep in mind. You have penalty if you leave a question unanswered. So you have to get yourself clear in your head. I have to attempt all 108 questions, come what may. All right. Now comes the biggest challenge, which is making sure you attempt all of them, because you have a huge time crunch. Like you see, verbal 36 questions, 28 minutes. क्वांटिटेटिव एबिलिटी 36 क्वेश्चंस 52 मिनट्स. यहाँ टाइम बहुत ज़्यादा लग रहा है, बट ट्रस्ट मी, टाइम एक्चुअली एग्जाम में इतना ज़्यादा नहीं लगेगा. यू विल नॉट नो 52 minutes will just slip by, because the NMAT, quants and DI which is there, it's known to be very calculation intensive, so it's time consuming. Okay, then you have your logical reasoning section, 36 questions, 40 minutes. Doable, but yes, verbal reasoning becomes challenging and taxing, which takes in a lot of time. I will do a dedicated video on each of these sections strategy as well for all of you guys. So stay tuned to the channel. If you have not, then please subscribe and get set go so that you do not miss any update with respect to the registration, dates, cutoffs, everything. Trust me, I'll make sure you get all the information and you get the expected analysis of the every window exams as well. Okay, now next thing we need to know is knowing our syllabus well. So let's understand the syllabus for each of these sections. Okay, when I talk about your syllabus, okay, so this is where you are going to look at all of these sections. First thing first, you are going to be referring to the syllabus which was set in 2020 itself, which is for all of us, which we are looking at right now, because NMAT by GMAC paper pattern had changed last year. So this is with lines and with reference to the NMAT official guide, which was there in 2020. What is your syllabus? So basis that, if you look at it, we have the following modules which are going to be a part of it. Quant section, you have 3 modules. First module is called as the number properties module, which comprises of topics of numbers, fractions, decimals, calendars, which is, clocks and calendars type of questions, factors and multiples, which you again study in number system, your HCF, LCM, again, number system based topics, and logs. So this is one module of number properties. Then comes the second module, which is of arithmetic. This is the most important module for all of you guys. Trust me, your entire paper ka almost quants and DI section ka 50 to 65% of weightage comes from arithmetic. So you have to ensure you understand this really, really well. Okay. Now, in this, you will see you have percentages, simple compound interest, profit and loss, discount, ratio, proportion, averages, time and work, partnership. We do not see topics which are like very proactively coming, which is, for example, your mixtures and allegations, time, speed, distance. But do not leave that an option, because that is an extension of having questions of percentages or ratios for that matter. It's an application of the same. So you must be studying mixtures and allegations. You must be studying your time, speed, distance, pipes and cisterns, boats and streams, because all of this is arithmetic and very, very essential, and has come in the NMAT 22 across 75 days of exams which was conducted. So ensure this is the most essential element of your syllabus for you guys to keep in mind. Okay. Third module which is there is called as algebra and probability. So here they have merged modern maths and all of it together into one module called as algebra and probability, where we have equations, inequalities, which also includes your maxima, minima kind of questions, sequence and series, also called as progressions, your harmonic progressions, geometric progressions. Then we have a permutation and combination and probability. So these are 3 modules which are as per the NMAT 2020 official guide. If you see, there is no geometry, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, mensuration. That's not there. So you can skip that topic. Though if you ask my advice, I would not recommend that. Just in case अगर वो आ गया syllabus में, तो you shouldn't be startled कि अरे अब क्या करें. Karo, because it will help you in the other exams as well. So as a part of CATKing's NMAT program, if you are there, yes, you will study geometry as well, because we do not want you to take the risk of just in case a simple question comes up and you don't know about it. Okay, so that's with respect to my quant syllabus. Moving on to the next section we talk about now is data interpretation, because data interpretation is a part of the quants and DI section itself altogether. So in data interpretation, we have DI caselets and tables. So caselets is something like, small case studies based on a lot of information, but the graph is not given. You have to make that table or graph on your own. Then we have tabular information, DI tables. Trust me, they will be heavy calculation intensive with really close answer options. So you have to be on your toes. Keep one thing in mind, there is no calculator in NMAT exam. Okay. Then you have DI graphs and charts where we have bar graphs, pie charts. We can also get line chart based questions because it's the similar representation of information in the form of a chart. Something which is very peculiar to NMAT, which does not come in CAT, is going to be your data sufficiency. This is something which comes in GMAT exam as well, but it's highly easy to score. If you will go by the trends, you will see data sufficiency questions come a lot based on permutation, combination, probability, and numbers. So make sure you understand these concepts well. Okay, that's about your quants and DI section. Moving on to the next section, we talk about the logical reasoning section. Here we have 4 modules. First one, which is critical reasoning. This is the most essential because almost 18 questions come from critical reasoning plus deductions combined, which is half 50% of the paper, right? Critical reasoning may we can have questions which are based on facts, conclusion, assumption, inference. Then you have strengthening and weakening the argument, explaining the paradox, parallel the reasoning. All of these are also called as, from the GMAT exam, if you see something called as evaluate the argument. So these type of questions come under critical reasoning section. Then we have deduction based questions. Deduction based questions are where you may have to, you can solve these by making those set theory or syllogisms mein jaise we make those Venn diagrams. So it kind of helps you to understand, or it can also be based on the given statements. So we have statement and conclusion questions, statement and assumption, statement and course of action, fact and analysis, statement and argument based of questions. Okay. Trust me, if you find these difficult, then you can drop in your comments. You have all of these videos, how to approach all of the questions of NMAT official guide as a part of your dashboard, which will be really helpful for you. And I will be taking these special strategy sessions in your NMAT Thursdays as well, where we will understand the approach to all of these critical reasoning and deduction based questions, since this is very, very specific to NMAT exam only. Okay. Then we also have the next module, which is analytical puzzles. Here essentially we have 2 major sections: analytical puzzles and input output. Input output is where, sequence and series, like a series of words and numbers given and questions based on that, how the input is processed to give you the output. Okay. Analytical puzzles can be any type of puzzles on earth. They could be combination of blood relation questions, coding decoding questions, matrix puzzles, scheduling puzzles, seating arrangements. Very something which is very common in NMAT is, having circular arrangement based questions. So practice all of these. Okay. Last, we have our other reasoning section, which covers all the basic types of logical reasoning topics, right from pictorial, missing value in figures, set theory, decision making, ranking test, word formation, Venn diagrams, syllogisms, all of them. So your logical reasoning section of NMAT is very exhaustive and comprehensive. If you are able to clear this, or if you're able to study this entire section, you will be able to give all the exams ranging from CAT to CMAT, SNAP, CET, all of them, because the rest of them have limited parts of this logical reasoning syllabus which is there. All right. I hope all of you guys are with me with respect to talking about the syllabus. Now let's move to the last section where we're talking about the language skills syllabus, which is your verbal ability section. In this, we are going to be having the most important part, which is your reading comprehension. In reading comprehension, we have different types of passages: argumentative passages, discursive passages, descriptive passages, analogy based passages. Once you start studying RCs, तुम्हें समझ में आ जाएगा what is the difference in all of these types of passages. You can also refer to the NMAT official guide to understand each one of these. Then we have paraforming, which is para summary, para jumbles, para completion, all the different types of questions which can come from that structure. Error identification, which is based on grammar. Prepositions, again, which is based on grammar. We have sentence completion, very easy to score, maximize your marks in this section. Idioms and phrases, and last is my analogies. Analogies is somewhere where you tend to waste a lot of time, and it's something which is always coming difficult in NMAT, but that's also the place where you're asked vocab based questions. You do not get direct vocab questions anymore in NMAT, but that does not eliminate the need to study vocab, because I get vocab as a part of analogies, idioms and phrases, and reading comprehension. So ensure you are studying vocabulary for sure to make your base really, really strong. Okay, so this is one very important thing which we spoke about, the waiver pattern and the syllabus. Then you need to do one very important thing is, please take mocks. Take mocks which are as close as the actual NMAT exam. Don't give mocks which are very easy or which are very difficult like CAT, because NMAT is not like CAT. It is speed based, it is tougher to crack a good score probably, but it is not as high difficult as in CAT exam is. Some questions, yes, will be there because it's again adaptive, right? So that scaling will happen of questions based on your ability. So ensure you give good set of mocks. Have a quick look at this mock analysis dashboard that we have made. Okay, I want all of you guys to pick up your mocks. I'm giving you suggested dates. Is give the first NMAT mock on this Sunday itself. Know where you stand, test the waters. Whenever you give a mock, you will make sure you analyze it in depth with respect to how many correct, how many wrong, how many unattempted, because unattempted questions is going to cost me. That's penalty for it, right? Then you see your accuracy. Your target has to be, your accuracy has to keep on increasing. If you're at a 40% accuracy, next mock you should be 50%. So benchmark. Make this Excel for you, even if it's not CATKing mocks, any other if you're giving, make this Excel sheet for yourself and evaluate and study the progress of it on a gradual basis every mock. It's very important to measure, because only then will you be able to define what's your next goal, what's your next target, and see yourself progressing towards it. Okay, anything you do in life, trust me guys, you should have some metrics, some goals, and some process to measure that. This is something which will help you when you're post MBA or inside MBA days. Life is all about setting goals, defining metrics, and measuring them. All right, Gyan aside, coming back out here, we come to verbal section. Then full overall section का analysis हो गया. Pick out verbal, pick out LR, pick out quants and DI, and analyze it. Once you have analyzed overall with respect to the attempted, unattempted, accuracy, and the percentage of marks that you're getting, next you will move on to is preparing a SWOT analysis for yourself. What I have done is take your entire syllabus, put it up out here, and put yourself in terms of your current status. What is your current status? Where are you standing? Am I in this particular topic strong, medium, weak? How do I do this? I'm doing this by evaluating the number of questions of this topic I was able to attempt and do it correct or incorrect. Okay, योर एग्जाम इज इन अक्टूबर, सो बाय अक्टूबर ये सारी चीज़ें, यहाँ पे कुछ भी रेड नहीं होना चाहिए, सब स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाना चाहिए. सो इफ यू वांट, level up yourself by setting up monthly targets. Like for example, I can do is, currently if I am weak, or I am, let's say I am weak out here, then I set for myself an August target, and similarly I set for myself a September target, that every topic, every month I am gradually moving from not aware to weak to medium to strong. Only then will I be able to understand where do I stand, which is my best section ahead, and I can choose. So do a little bit of analysis with every exam that you give, even if it's a sectional test or it is a full test. Do this thorough basis preparation for that. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful for you guys to kickstart your preparation by understanding where and how to proceed, on a regular basis. If you have any doubts, any questions, please drop in the comment section. I will take care of that and sort those up for you. In fact, if there's something which you would like me to delve more time on, I will pick it up and make videos on the same, because now is the time we kickstart with our NMAT daily series. So I want to make sure all of you guys stay tuned to the Cat Kings channel every day. Don't miss an update, don't miss any video, and anything you need, I will be there for you guys. 400 plus guys made it to NMIMS last year, thanks to all the YouTube videos and the mentors, not just me. I have a team of faculties, all from NMIMS, IIMs, SPJain, who will be taking your live lectures, training you guys. Your interview preparation again will be done by a bunch of 30 plus panelists who will take mock interviews as well as everyday lectures. So we'll do that. But for that, you need to start. It's all about starting. The minute you start and decide where you want to reach, you'll be able to reach there. All right, so all the best, stay tuned, and thank you so much for being online. Bye bye, take care.
All right.